Hi there. Yes, thanks, Julie. Yes, morning, everyone. Yes, I'm here to finish off this little webinar with a little bit of guided practice as well, which should be fun over the internet. So hopefully those of us who have signed up today get a little bit of experience of what it's like to incorporate a little mindfulness meditation practice, basically sitting at your desk or at your computer. And meditation is a way of beginning to remove obstacles from you being able to work better, feel better, be more creative, have more compassion, more connectivity. And it really works. And change yourself first, and then the world changes with you. And that's exactly what happens. We can make lots of alterations to our external environment, to our management structures, but until we actually deal with the insides and start to really think about how you see the world and how you operate in the world, those changes will only go so far. And quantum science, medical science are now catching up and saying that if we actually can change the way our perspective works, if we can change the way we engage with the world, then the world does actually change around you. And for a business leader, of course, that is vital. And you really, really want your staff, the people you work with, to really thrive, to really do the best they can, and to really actually engage with their creativity, their energy, their compassion, their problem solving, and certainly meditation is a way of doing that. So, with that in mind, we're going to do just a few minutes of what we call checking in. Just stopping, if you like, and we can do this as many times as we like during the working day, particularly if you're sitting at a desk all day, or you're sitting at your computer, you're in a meeting, or you've got a moment to rest. This little moment of checking in is quite a nice thing to do. So what I'd like you to do is just sit up reasonably straight with the small of your back in the chair. If you can do that, that's good. And allow the spine to be straight without tension. A nice way of imagining your spine is that it's like water pouring from a jug. It's straight, it's fluid, it's flexible, but very relaxed and natural. And you place your hands in your lap, and you relax the shoulders, and keep the head upright. Again, no tension, just be comfortable and just be in your body. That's good. Now, often it's a good idea to close the eyes if you can, or some people just like to soften the eyes, so they just partially close the eyelids down. So there's a little bit of daylight coming in underneath, so that you're still there, you're still alert. That's good. That's good. So if you can do that, that's great. The other thing to do is make sure that your feet are flat on the floor. Okay, so you're sitting upright, you're relaxed, you're attentive, your feet are flat on the floor, the eyes are soft, the mouth is closed, and we breathe very gently through the nose. That's good. Now all we're going to do is reconnect. We're just going to reconnect back into the moment, into the present, as Kevin just talked about earlier. So if you can, bring your attention, your concentration, to your toes. Just feel your toes for the moment. You don't need to look at them. You don't need to be moving them. Just bring your attention into your toes. That's good. And then, at the same time, keep your attention with your toes, but now let's expand our attention a little and bring it to the fingers. Now feel your fingers resting in the lap. That's good. Fingers and toes. Now, keep your attention. You'll find your mind will wander. That's what it does. But if you notice, gently bring your attention back into fingers and toes. That's good. Now, we're gradually reconnecting with the body as it is now. We don't need to worry about the future or the past. We don't need to think about things we have to do. Because what we're doing right now is the thing we're supposed to be doing right now. So bring your attention to fingers and toes. And then, if you can, let's see if we can expand our attention a little bit more. Let's now bring our feeling of fingers and toes right through the body. Can we feel now the whole body? Sitting on your chair, being attentive, being alert, but feeling the whole body. Just feel now what it's like to be in the whole body. That's good. And again, your mind will pull you away from what you're doing. That's okay. Just gently bring your attention back. So now we hopefully feel a little bit more connected into the body. Because as Kevin says, being in the present is important. That's where real life happens. And the body we have is the only part of us that is always present, always in the now. So stay focused. Now we're going to bring our attention to the breath. Keep focused on the body, but now just watch the breath. Watch how the body is breathing for you. The body breathes for you. Just watch. Feel the body rise as you breathe in, and feel the body fall as you breathe out. Rising and falling. Rising and falling. Rising and falling. That's good. Keep your attention on the body, but also know the breath. Don't force the breath. Don't make it any different. Just allow it to come and go. Rise and fall. Rise and fall. Now you'll begin to notice very quickly a relaxed feeling. A feeling of just being well. Of just being there. That's good. That's what we want. We've brought ourselves into the present. We've heightened our awareness. We've opened up our senses. And we've become present. Now, as the breath and the body come together, we notice that the mind begins to settle. It really does. Sure, there are things happening, things you're worried about, things you're anxious about, things you need to do. But for now, we can just focus on being, just being still in the moment. And the mind is beginning to just gently settle. Now, as we've watched our body and our breath, we now watch our thoughts. It's possible to simply just observe your thinking. Whatever's going on in your head at the moment, it's important, but we can change our relationship to it. We can change the way we respond. We can change our perspective. It's a little like changing channels. We can approach our thinking differently. So allow those thoughts to float through your attention, but just watch them. Just very gently detach and watch your thinking. It takes practice, but if you imagine that each one of your thoughts is happening on a screen and you are just in the audience watching, a That's all you need to do, that change of perspective. Just watch your thoughts. Just watch your thoughts. Let them flow by. Don't get entangled. Don't get caught up. Just watch. And again, you may notice a softening, a deeper feeling of relaxation. But more importantly, something else is happening. The real you, that mask that Kevin is talking about, drops away. Your creativity starts to flow a little bit more. Your compassion. There's a calmness. There's a feeling of potential, a sort of can-do moment. It's already in there all the time, those experiences. When we meditate and learn to let go, drop that mask, see things as they really are, anything is possible. And in business and in work, it is probably the most important skill anyone can develop, being themselves. So stay focused. That's good. Stay focused and try if you can to feel the body, the breath, and the mind. Just observe them all together. And for a moment or two, you're present. You're right in the moment. And it's nourishing, relaxing, and vital. Very good. Now very gently come out. You can move around now if you want, maybe even stretch your arms out or just lift yourself up. That's good. Just give yourself a little bit of a stretch. Open the eyes and come back. Very good. Now, you can do that 4 or 5 times a day. Little bursts, 1 minute or so. Checking in, just being present, so that you're not lost. You're not hiding behind that mask, as Kevin says. You're there, and you're doing the best you can. And that's important, to stay connected. So if you can check in with yourself 4 or 5 times a day, then you'll find a difference will start to happen. That's good. Good, I think we're there, Julie. How was that?
Thanks, Mick. I mean, I'm always excited to be part of what you do, and you know, I've just as we just been together doing a mindful session with Alpha Beta team, and what impact it had on their finance guys. They've been in a meeting for 2 days, and they left us till the end, and then they had an immense transformation in the room, and they've been brilliant, haven't they? So, but it's you do magic, and you know, thanks, Mick. That was very powerful. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Again, we will have an opportunity to ask Mick any questions in a minute. I'll just share with you one slide. We just on 10 steps of embedding mindfulness in organization. It's just unfortunately Kevin's gone offline, so he couldn't share it with you, but I'm just gonna kind of reinstate that 10 steps. It's leading by example. So if you want to implement mindfulness within your leadership team, with your organization, start with your leadership team first. Run a taster session with them, but they need to buy into the practice in order to change the culture and to embed it into the culture. Also explain the science behind mindfulness, because our analytical brain needs to understand why we do all this, you know, why we all of a sudden need to slow down, close our eyes. Our analytical brain doesn't really, you know, it feels counterintuitive to the space of life we have at the moment. Also introduce mindfulness and target the most relevant benefits for your organization. You have seen how many different benefits mindfulness can offer. Target these benefits. If you want to use it for well-being tools, target well-being. If you want to use it for emotional intelligence, The other benefits will come over, but set an intention. What would you like to achieve that reflects your business and your culture, so you can get more buy-in. And as it comes to tailor your mindfulness program to the organization culture, like Google did. They did an amazing job. Also, decide on the format of your mindfulness program, whether it's going to be weekly, or you're going to do it off-site, or you're going to do it in a one-day workshop style. Find the right teaching style. There are so many teachers out there. Find the right teaching style, who is going to fit your organization, your culture. Because, as I said, there are so many teachers. Run a taster session and invite everyone to try and attend. And then measure the impact through self-assessment questionnaires. That's the best way to measure the impact. And create a culture where mindfulness really gets embedded. So, for example, having 5 minutes of mindfulness before starting a meeting, or do mindfulness breaks together, like Kevin started doing in his business. And then measure long-term impact on KPIs. Find how it correlates to your main KPIs, your performance engagement, your staff engagement survey, etc. So I'll send you all these details through. Now you can really ask questions. I can put if you can talk, I'll put you on off mute, so you can speak, or if you want, you can just type your questions. So it's absolutely fine. So please feel free to participate.
Julie, the one thing I would